All right. We are live. As I said before, when I find something that requires me going live, I'm gonna do it. And here's the thing: I actually literally just found this. I saw the videos coming in. I got on. Obviously it's late at night, but I got on, and it's like I saw this right here by Amazing Lucas. Video footage, and then not this one, but the video who I clicked on right now. I'm just like, oh, they actually have the footage this time, right? Because last time I had, talked about the surveillance footage and when it wasn't there. Let's make this full. I think this is it, right? Because they keep talking about how it's 11 minutes. This is 11:52. So this is Hype Plus. This is their post. Hype Plus, 1 million subscribers. This was released just 2 hours ago. Already 16,000 views. I don't know what happened. Can't say anything. Video is useless. Now they want to show the footage. There's no anyone can conclude this video is first degree murder. All right, so those are the comments so far. The likes are coming in. I'm gonna watch this footage first, and we're gonna comment on it. All right, so here we go. I don't believe there's audio, so here we go. Karmelo enters to sit the tent. Yeah, this is the full video. This does seem right. They say it is in the top left. According to other witnesses, you might want to keep your eyes on this because there's other stuff going on. Also, I hear that the commotion and stuff doesn't start until a couple minutes in. It's like the last 2-minute video. This looks, just according to our screen thing here, looks like some other stuff happens. But anyway, so they're helping us out here. They say Carmelo's talking with peers. Again, this is not great footage here. See if I can increase. Yeah, see, there's they gave us the 480 resolution, which is not great, but it's what we got. We're gonna go with it. Okay. I think we should be able to determine what happens during this footage, but maybe not. We'll see. So it says Karmelo sitting here talking with peers, right? So when they're like, "Oh, he wasn't invited under the tent," so we already have that. I should probably put a list up of to what's going on. Yeah, so here's the video footage that shows that this didn't happen. I should probably do something like that, but I don't have time. I want to react to this in live time. I've already listened to some eyewitness testimony of people who saw this video, not the actual event, but people who saw this video and say that it was self-defense. And allegedly, there's a clearer version of this that looks probably better than this. I don't know. Allegedly, I was going to react to some of those videos, but since this has come out, we're just going to go ahead and react to this as is. So. All right, so we're still here. Karmelo's still under the tent. So again, no one, he wasn't under the tent by himself. All right. Where's some other stuff? Oh, he wasn't stealing, right? We got people all around him. So he's not stealing. He didn't go in to steal. He didn't have bloodlust in his eyes and his intent to kill. Otherwise, he just would have stabbed up these people. All right. So right off top, we've already addressed all of that. None of that's happening, right? So this isn't a cold-blooded killer who's waiting for a victim. He's got like what 1, 2. I'm gonna assume this little blob here is him. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, now 9. Right? I guess 9 people he can stab up at any moment, but he chooses not to, right? Because of whatever reason. But I do want to admit, or not admit, I do want to mention that we got other people here. Like this is a significant amount of people, right? They made it sound like Carmelo's by himself and the Metcalf twins. Walked up to a Karmelo just sitting there by himself. So he is not sitting there by himself. There are many other people around. Okay. So we're just going to dispel some of these rumors and YouTube comment section haters. Just some of their nonsense from the beginning. Okay. So the argument over sitting looks here. Yeah, this is the blurry footage because one says you can clearly see who's who. It's just you can't see what's exactly happening. Metcalf looks to be going back and forth with Karmelo. So Metcalf was already there. They said that he walked up to him. I don't see anybody walking up to Karmelo. They look like they're already here. Yeah, see, they released this now that the trial's over, now that everybody's already said their piece and lied on the stand and or did not lie on the stand. Some of these eyewitnesses, some of their testimony comes into question. But I'll react to some of their stuff as well. We're not just gonna let certain things slide. He pushes. Yeah, so you really can't tell what's going on. Is that him? Yeah. So we're only 4 minutes into this. And yep, he falls. Okay. They said that he falls at the end of it, so that was true. Then he runs. All right. Since we have the privilege of backing up, I am going to back this up. All right, let's go. All right. So they said that the guys walked up to Karmelo and he's just sitting there. No one walks up to Karmelo because they said they walked up to him. They said that they walked up to him like 15, 20 seconds later. That's when everything goes down. So Karmelo talking under a tent. Let's see if we can kind of just loosely skip forward here. Karmelo still talking with peers. Who's that who walks up? No, I don't think that's them. Okay, who's this? So we got one person walking up. So for those that don't know, the thing is that they surrounded Karmelo and then some other kids run off to distract a coach from breaking it up, and then a fight ensues. Now maybe that happens over here in this corner, but don't know. So we got these guys who just walked up. See, we don't know who's who here. They keep walking. They don't know who this is. Okay, it's not a hostile situation because this person just walks up and sits down. Yeah, this must be the video that they showed the jury because this is not very detailed. But even then, I'm still waiting for the part where they get up and they surround Karmelo. So argument over seating takes place. I didn't see a sharp cut, so I don't think we skipped ahead in time. Metcalf looks to be going back and forth with Karmelo. Okay, that's fine. Somebody chops down. So we can't tell who's who here. But again, they're not surrounding him. He's not by himself. If this jumps forward in any way, shape, or form, I'm going to go back, but I don't think it does. You can see the rain, the streaks coming down the camera, so that's good. Metcalf is challenging to leave. Okay, so now we got these guys. So they are in front of Karmelo like this. But there's other people here. The fact that other people are here is the part that never gets talked about. I want to know why. Okay. So it doesn't look like anybody's fighting. Pushes Karmelo where? Right there. And then bam. Now we're fighting. We're boxing. Karmelo goes up there. That happens a lot faster. Yeah, then they all scatter, probably because Austin got stabbed. So yeah, he did fall down, and then yeah, you can't tell anything from this. You can't tell anything from this. Yeah, look, we got somebody pointing saying it's him, right? All right, so the two guys who ran after him pointed. Okay, so that part's true. Karmelo falling down the steps is true. Okay, but you cannot tell. Did I show you guys who does what? I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure if you guys heard that or not, but I got a game going in the background. It is what it is. Hang on, I want to see because they say that the guys got up and surrounded Karmelo. Sorry, we're doing this in live time. This is an investigation live time for us over here on John's Opinion. Going back and forth with Karmelo. Hold on, I'm trying to track. Okay, we're gonna track these guys right here. This little crew walking up. Does anybody stop? Passes. Okay, so nobody from this little group here. So I'm trying to find out where the whole Karmelo is sitting there and they walk up to him. The guy says that like two are in front of him, two are to his side. So let's see where we at. 2 minutes into this version of the video. Okay, so let's go. All right, so this guy walks up. Don't believe he's Metcalf or anybody else. He stands here. He moves closer. Now remember, we have the chicken yellow who comes and sits right in front. So they go right here. Not sure what's happening. Skip forward. Melo's still talking with peers. They have to be conversing at this point. Okay, here comes. Yep, here's Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket seems comfortable just off of body language. Okay, here we go. All right, so this person walks up, gets in front, but he's already there. Argument over seating takes place here. I don't know how we know that information, but I guess eyewitness testimony. No scuffle, no scuffle, no scuffle. Okay, somebody's doing something. No scuffle. He hops down. These guys go. No scuffle. This is supposed to be Karmelo, I guess, right here. Right, the whole thing about Karmelo being pulled back into the tent, like no one's fighting right now. They're still talking here. So I guess that's, I don't know what's going on. Not sure what that was. They're going. No scuffle. Judging by body language, no scuffle. No scuffle. Pushes Karmelo right there. He hits him, stabs. Karmelo runs up here. Okay. I don't think anything we were told is true. I'm starting to get to that like realization. Like, I don't think anything that we were told is true. I'm gonna let this play out. Since this is surveillance footage, I shouldn't get any copyright strikes. I'm just gonna let this kind of roll. Full disclosure, I'm playing Rocket League. But yeah, I'm not seeing any. I don't see how they could come up with first degree murder off of this. I really don't, because there's not enough evidence that shows like intent. Like this sounds like he said, she said, and they're just believing the Metcalf twins. That's what this seems like to me right now. Full disclosure, like that's what I think. Yeah. So okay, he's walking back with the coach. That part was stated by people who watched the video previously. Ah, damn. Even surveillance footage gotta have commercials? All right, hang on. Let me get past it. All right, here we go. He's hugging somebody. Not sure what's going on there. Karmelo goes to the ground. See, this is the part of the video we don't really hear about. Was that Austin they're driving off at this point? I don't know. Oh, he got arrested. The responding officer. I mean, his hands are clearly behind his back, so. But they made it sound like they dragged him like out of the bushes or something to arrest him. She was still at the track. Sorry, we're just gonna let this play. Like I'm kind of letting this cook. I am playing a game, but still. Yeah, I guess this is. Yeah, he officially walks off with the cops. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just play. Only got like a minute, 2 minutes left. Police then arrest Karmelo. It looked like he already had the cuffs on him. Unless he already just wanted to have his hands behind his back. I don't know. All right. Yeah, we're just going to cut it there. Yeah, I don't think there's any news. Yeah, then they walk him off police car. Okay. All right. Okay. That's not damning enough. I'm sorry. That's not like, oh, that's not smoking gun. We got him. Blah 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 blah. I don't know why I keep getting this. So if somebody can help me out to prevent this from happening, it's annoying. Oh yes. Oh no. See, this is the clarity that they told us that they had. So that's the Metcalf. Okay, this is a little bit clearer, but it's still not. It's a little bit clearer, but it's still not what we're looking for. Can we get? Yeah, let's just skip forward because we already know what we're looking for here at this point. That looks like the video kind of skips. Not gonna lie. Hold on, I need a frame of reference. Yeah, I'm watching this person right here. They don't skip forward in time. Here, I'll go with this kid right here. He doesn't jolt or anything. So push, 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 stab. Karmelo runs. Yeah. Yeah, then he runs. Like you say, he sprints down the steps. He falls at the end of it. They kind of go after him. Who's that kid right there? And Karmelo runs. Looks like he's in fast forward. Here's the body cam arrest. Oh, see, now we got everything. All right, hold on. Let's watch the body cam.
If somebody is treating the victim, they need to be over there. Under a memorial pen. Don't reach for anything, all right, man? Stop right there for me.
Don't reach for oh, there they have
443. I got the suspects. And they're currently treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium. All right. Any weapons on you like that? I'll look here.
We're gonna let this cook.
4-4, copy, I'll be in route.
Help, y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me.
Now, also, they said they got Karmelo like in some bushes. There's like no bushes in this entire area. Well, I don't think anything was like real in this whole thing.
Dispatch 443.
Like, nothing anyone said was true.
I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now, detained.
Everyone else can slow down. Suspect detained in handcuffs.
Hold on. You can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the northeast entrance. That's gonna be a gate that's wide open there, and then you come to the victim from there. This is the alleged suspect. All right, okay. We'll figure that in a minute. So nothing on your person at all? Nothing? Mind if I reach in your pockets and stuff and all that? Nothing gonna stab me? Okay.
I'm going to be out with this.
I'm gonna be a little personal there, okay? Just to make sure. Okay.
So when Karmelo says he has nothing on that can poke him, he dropped the knife in the bleachers. So that's where that's at. For those who aren't paying attention.
Okay, medics. Memorial tent over there, guys. All right.
He put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me.
I told him not to. He put his hands on me. That's Karmelo.
We're on the north end. They got staff standing to him right now. This is the alleged suspect. Already? No. We searched them. Got nothing.
I don't know what happened.
443. Checkers everything about CPR process for a little bit.
Freezing.
Yeah, that's the wrong thing.
Freezing.
Up to you. It's up to you.
Also, for the people who want to sit here and say that he had this bloodlust out,
you don't mind for reaching your pocket, anything like that.
The fact that he's crying and saying, "I'll pause it." The fact that he's crying is like, he put his hands on me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me. The fact that he's crying tells you that he was not out to murder. That's your proof right there. That he was not out to murder. He was not out for bloodlust. He didn't have the spirit of evil and Satan in his eyes. He wasn't out to kill a white guy. All that stuff is just lies. Okay.
I'm wearing some little
like, no, ma'am, I don't think so.
What's your name, man?
Karmelo Anthony, Karmelo.
You show me out.
Okay.
Right.
Have a seat here real quick, man. Watch your head. Let me check your hood here, buddy, okay?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what, lean this way so you're not resting on your hands, okay?
Yes,
All right, see a little bit of blood on your hands there, okay?
yes,
All right.
402, I'm on scene.
So your first name is Karmelo?
yes, sir. Karmelo.
Let's see, hold on one second.
Is he gonna be okay?
I don't know yet, man. Karmelo, Carara.
Karmelo.
Melo. Karmelo. What's your last name? Anthony. O-N-Y. We ready, you in?
I'm in 12th grade.
10th grade? You go to Emerson?
No, sir.
Where do you go? Centennial. Okay.
I'm in 12th grade.
12th grade?
Yes, sir.
Okay. North Centennial. All right, sit tight for me real quick, bud, all right? Let me run this guy real quick. I haven't talked to him at all.
Imagine.
Crazy. Here, we're just going to run these.
We do have breaking details coming into the newsroom in the trial of Karmelo Anthony. Putting this on your screen, Brooke Taylor, Fox News correspondent, saying the judge in the Karmelo Anthony trial just released evidence, including body camera footage showing the moments an officer took him into custody after the stabbing. Anthony is heard saying, quote, he put his hands on.
Okay, so the judge released this. I find it funny when we don't get the clear footage that allegedly exists, but we get
me. I told him not to. He put his hands on me. We do have more details in this, including pictures of the murder weapon, the aftermath, and Anthony's backpack. We are going to put those up on your screen here. Take a look. This is courtesy Collin County District.
Okay, for those that don't know, yep, that's a knife. It's not a tool to clean cleats. Okay, I guess you could use this part to clean them, but this is not a tool to clean cleats, and this is not a spike key that puts the spikes in the spikes, that puts the metal things in the spike shoes.
District Court showing photos with evidence markers, the murder weapon, that blade. There is the scene of where the stabbing took place, and his backpack, Karmelo Anthony's backpack right there. Now, the district court also released surveillance video. You'll see on your screen here that lit up orb in the top left-hand side of your screen. That is Karmelo Anthony exiting the tent and walking along the sideline of that track field in Frisco, Texas. You can see that video here released.
All right, they're not going to tell us anything we don't already know. All right, I've clicked a couple of different things. Yeah, I don't know. All right, here we got Amazing Lucas. I'm gonna call up he's reacting to this, but he already I'm gonna go back to when he got this footage. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna reshare my screen of what I'm watching to with him. Hold on, he is Disagreement Day, so it's this one. All right, so let's see what Amazing Lucas has to say. I'm probably gonna let this cook a little bit. My channel's small enough. I think I can let it.
My bad.
I'm gonna hide his comments because he's running ahead. So we're gonna see what he say on this, and I'll interject accordingly.
They say there's bleachers footage as well. Where's the footage that everybody's been talking about? That's what I want to see.
Thank you. Right?
The footage where they're saying that they pulled the shirt and everything.
Yeah, there we go.
Where's
Ask the
that?
right questions.
Check your text. I already saw the video that you sent. I've already seen the video footage, GC. I mean, it's already been shown in court that he said, he put his hands on me, and is he okay? We already saw all that. I already knew all that. The video footage didn't give us any new information. That's the thing.
True.
Did you
Well,
hear the
kind of.
911 call? No.
Hey, I'm gonna skip to where he actually watches it.
We're talking about. So,
Oh, he watched the same one we did. Hype plus.
set on the 10th.
That storm rainy noise is Lucas's audio, not mine or the surveillance footage.
Temperatures is in the 10th. Talking under the tent. Okay. Because in official footage, there is no. I didn't see any pointing. That's the thing. I guess this is it. Okay. Everything was fine. I'm still talking with Pierce. Now, many say that they released an HD version of this. That's interesting. Okay. Where does Austin come from? I don't understand.
Yeah, thank you. That's all I know. Like, said Carmelo sitting by himself. Like, no, he's with people the entire time. This is why I think we have people lying on the stand.
Carmelo's still talking with Pierce. Goodness. Okay. Bro, he was talking this entire time, fam.
Right?
This entire time he was talking. When Sleep manslaughter at the most, they made a mistake not getting Hunter on the stand. Oh, I very much believe that the attorney.
Says, I'm going to be eating some snacks here.
There's only explanation is
Sorry
he's
if you
in on it or it's just complete incompetence. The more it comes out, yeah, because there's no way that you allow that to happen. And then 35 fucking years. Anyways, let's listen. Just so anybody who's watching the sound and everything, that's not from the video. The video is silent. But it gives a little ambiance. Okay.
Okay.
What is going on?
Peter Pan.
Carmelo's still talking with Pierce. Okay. Goodness gracious. Bro, he was talking with Pierce this entire time. No fight broke out, nothing. It goes to show how quickly these people can turn on you. It really goes to show how quickly people can turn on you, bro. Because as soon as Austin got on the scene, apparently these motherfuckers like, yeah, bro, you should leave. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the exact same thing. It's like you were there this entire time, no one had a problem. Then Austin shows up, and all of a sudden, like we all asked him to leave the tent. Like what?
With Pierce, who's the guy in the yellow? Is that Austin? Who's the guy in the yellow jacket who took it off? Okay. Talking with Pierce this entire time. Argument over seating begins here. Okay, let's rewind. Is that Austin who comes up on the sands?
Yeah, see,
Is that Austin who
too.
comes up on the bleachers? That is Metcalf. Metcalf looks like he's going to be going back and forth with Karmelo. So he did cause all the problems. Bro, all this time, can you believe that there are ignorants out there that are defending Austin Metcalf?
Yep.
You're defending Austin Metcalf. This kid was here this entire time. No one had any issues. No one had any complaints. They were chilling.
Yep.
It's raining. People got umbrellas. One little ignorant causes a problem. Now he's gone. Metcalf looks to continue challenging Karmelo to lead. Then pushes Karmelo. Metcalf then pushes Karmelo. What? Karmelo then runs. I saw the push. Damn. That's crazy. That was quick. Didn't look like a light push. It wasn't a light push. Leave him alone. Why, what? Then he runs. All of this because one fucking ignorant. One ignorant. Want to be big and bad. And off he runs. That footage got him convicted on murder for 35 years.
Yep.
This footage got him convicted on murder for 35 years. Now, what is everyone else was saying? Is there another video that people are talking about? Is there another video? There has to be another video that people are talking about. Because based off the people who saw some other footage, they're like, hey, they pulled him and all this. I'm like, bro, where's all that? Where's that video? I want to see that video. Bruh. It's a close-up video that people are talking about. Damn. What are we talking about here, bro? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
His defense attorney. You saw how close he got to him. Look at him. He walks up on him. Damn. Keep your hands to yourself. That's crazy, man. Man, I hope he wins his appeal, bro. I really do.
Yeah, he should win his appeal. All right. So that being said, I want to go now and show some video footage that I saw before all of this took place. Before we had the footage that we just now got, because this has been bothering me. You guys can sit here. Here, I'm gonna search for it. We can listen to Lucas's commentary while I search for this.
35 years, and this is the footage that they try to convict you with. Your defense only calls six witnesses to the stand, while the prosecution called over 21. You don't call Karmelo so he can explain himself.
Yeah, I believe
And
the
you
defense
also
is
don't
working
call
with the prosecution.
What's his name? Hunter Metcalf. I'm sorry, bro. This is that attorney, bro. That attorney needs a talking to, bro. Needs a talking to. This entire time he was chill, bro. Chill. This entire time, this man has a clean record. Clean record. Excuse me. And this jury gave him 35 years. He has a clean record, bro. This entire time. They didn't call any coaches. They didn't call anyone, bro. They didn't call any specialists, nothing. And then these mofos release this on Juneteenth.
Yeah, I find that funny.
Listen, I don't know what to tell y'all, bro. I'm tired of talking. All right, I'm tired of talking. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna just keep quiet, bro. I'm gonna keep quiet. But if this was a video game, and if this was Mortal Kombat, there would be some fatalities, bro. I'm just gonna say there would be some fatalities. Because listen, yo, this is like trying to talk to your opponent in Mortal Kombat. That's what you're doing. You try to talk to your opponent in Mortal Kombat. But listen, y'all have to understand and everything. No, nah, bro. Nah.
Boy, everybody's going live with
Unacceptable. And then the 1-year-old that was just killed,
All right. I found it. I don't know if you guys heard that part, but yeah, I'm gonna share. All right, so this is Matt Walsh. Now this is before. This is 11 days ago. So this is after he's found guilty. Wait, no, I don't think it's this one actually. Maybe in the other one. I'll let it play.
From the moment Karmelo Anthony killed Austin Metcalf in front of dozens of witnesses, it was obvious he was guilty. Anthony brought a prohibited knife to a track meet, trespassed into the other team's tent, refused to leave, reached into his bag in a threatening manner, challenged people to fight him, brutally stabbed an unarmed 17-year-old who lightly shoved him in response, then ran away and tried to hide the murder weapon. Now, not too long ago in our country's history, somebody like
that. Okay. Did you hear all that? Let's go through that line by line.
Refused to leave, reached into his dozens.
Okay, so now we've seen the footage. Now, given none of us knew what the footage was, but look how everyone's just making up stuff that happens, making it up out of nowhere. Okay, so now we have the footage. We just saw the footage. Let's listen to Matt Walsh talk about what happened. And police affidavit says none of the things he just said, by the way, none. But let's go line by line.
Of witnesses, it was obvious he was guilty. Anthony brought a prohibited knife to a track meet.
No, he didn't. Like police officer said in the affidavit, or police officer said that the knife was not illegal. So lie.
Trespassed into the other team's tent.
As we saw, no, it wasn't. He was sitting there. Like there's plenty of people who were there hanging out with him with no altercation, right? And we even said, it was even said that he was invited on the tent because he knew somebody who was there. So that's been confirmed. He was invited under the tent, or people did not have a problem with him being under the tent until Metcalf showed up, or wherever he was at. Again, they said he showed up. We didn't even see him walk up because they won't say who he is. It's just like, oh, you just see some like blurry people moving around. But okay.
Refused to leave, reached into his bag and
Okay, refused to leave and reached into his bag. We can kind of go with that, right? There's enough. Like they asked him to leave, he said no. Well, because if you know someone there and you got invited to tent, why would you just leave? Like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, because he's going off the basis of the trespass. He didn't trespass.
Threatening manner, challenged people to fight him.
No, he didn't. He did not reach into his bag in a threatening manner. We saw the footage. He did not challenge people, as in like groups of people, to fight him. That is not another lie. It's another lie. That did not happen.
Brutally stabbed an unarmed 17-year-old who.
Okay, brutally stabbed. Yeah, I mean he stabbed. I wouldn't say I mean fatally. You can say fatally stabbed. I wouldn't say brutally stabbed because it makes it sound like he like Mike Myers or Jason Voorhees. This dude, he did not. It was you saw the footage. It was like a quick whap, and then it was it. That was it, right? Everyone said that even at the time.
Lightly shoved him in response, then ran away and tried to hide. An unarmed reached into his bag in a threatening manner, challenged people to fight him, brutally stabbed an unarmed 17-year-old who lightly shoved him in response.
Lightly shoved him. Okay, we saw the footage. Did he lightly shove him? No, he pushed him, and you saw Karmelo like fully go forward and then come back. So no, it wasn't a light shove. Another lie.
Then ran away and tried to hide the murder weapon.
Did not try to hide the murder weapon, as you saw in the pictures, and this even came out then. The murder weapon was dropped and found on the bleachers, like what 10 feet from the spot. So no, he didn't try to hide the murder weapon. Another lie.
Now, not too long ago in our country's history, somebody like Karmelo Anthony in that kind of situation would already be executed for his crime at this point.
That is true. And guess why? Because they did stuff that you're doing right now, Matt. They made up stuff, they embellished stories, and then they spread it around as though it was factual, and then they went from there. Except this actually went to trial. Back then, they just took care of it how they see fit, and then they made up all of this stuff afterwards. Like it wasn't even like, oh, he brutally stabbed. It was like, no, it was the nigger wouldn't move. We killed him, and then now we're gonna sit here and say that, oh, he fatally stabbed and blah 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 blah, and yeah, whatever. That's how it used to work back in the day.
Point, and rightfully so. And yet, even with in our country's history, somebody like Karmelo Anthony in that kind of situation would already be executed for his crime at this point, and rightfully so.
Again,
would already be executed for his crime at this point, and rightfully so. Would already be executed for his crime at this point, and rightfully so.
And Republicans wonder why black people call them racist. Again, I know it's not all, but things like this. We don't even have to go to the comment section. We already know. No, let's do it. Let's go to the comment section. We got to go to the comment section. Never has so much respect been demanded by people who are so utterly disrespectful. Again, as it was known back then, Austin put his hands on Karmelo first. We don't have to keep rehashing these points, but I just want to keep driving it home. Like, look at the stuff that people say versus what actually happened, right? People defending Anthony are complete psychopaths. Took 2,700. The real story is the culture that promotes, profits from, and justifies violence. Tragic. Nobody can peacefully coexist with them. They can't even peacefully coexist with themselves. 2,300. Again, you saw the footage. Karmelo put his hands, or Austin put his hands on Karmelo. The absence of impulse control and other lack of remorse is something no civilized person can comprehend. 2,400 likes. Yeah. As you saw in the video footage, Austin put his hands on Karmelo first. So there's impulse control. Utter lack of remorse. As you saw in the police body cam footage, Karmelo said, hey, I warned him. He put his hands on me. And he sounded remorseful for it. He even asked about the well-being of Austin. Something no civilized person can comprehend. I wouldn't go that far. Again, what's civilized? You can't colonize people, brutally enslave them, and do all these sorts of other things, and then sit there and claim the moral high ground. That's not just with black people. That's with other colonized parts of the world by Europeans, and not even one specific European group. We can also add that part in there as well. I know. Don't get mad because we won the war. Okay, well, don't get mad when people come for you then. I don't want to live around people who can't think 15 seconds into the future. 1,600 likes. Interesting. Well, they're bringing up I know what they're talking about. Irrelevant. Oh, actually, funny considering what just happened with that Asian guy shooting the black kid in the back, and they claimed that was self-defense. I can show you guys multiple. We can go over to active self-protection and showing how shoot people in the back does not count as self-defense. Almost in any circumstance. Carmelo bully victim, always a victim. Sonny Brown. Okay. I don't know what you mean by that, but how the entire real estate industry based on how far he can live from that. Irrelevant. He feared for his life, refuses to leave. Again, the footage shows that like 908 likes. Again, the footage shows that he was there with friends. You know, he didn't refuse to leave because he was being a little nigglet. He refused to leave because he was there with his friends, as the footage already shows. Here, matter of fact, I'm gonna call that up just so we can go back and reference it, just to show how. Oops, nope, that's the Dallas Fort Worth, the Dallas footage. 1 second, hang on. I gotta go back to hype. Hype is the one that doesn't have a whole bunch of fluff with it. Here we go. All right, I gotta keep this on standby. Let me call it up real quick. All right, here we're just gonna pause it right when we're gonna pause it when Yellow Shirt gets there. And actually, we'll go right here. So I'm at 151. So here we go. We're at 151 again. You know, here he is right here. Let's go back to here. All right. Carmelo's action was so instantaneous that clearly he a pre-intention to use the knife. No, he didn't. Colin Flattery called it the greatest lie of our generation, the myth of black victimization. Yep. The myth of victimization. Let's go to it. The myth of black victimization. Hang on. Let's go here. Carmelo ran away. All right, look. So here's your myth of black victimization, right? Carmelo's surrounded, but you know we can argue when these people showed up. Right, so we got Austin. I guess that's him right here. Carmelo's here. We got whatever this is. Look, so Austin touched Carmelo first, pushed him, bam. Carmelo. Yeah. Look, now everybody's running away, probably because Austin fell to the ground. Yeah, the myth of black victimization. Literally, look, put hands on. Like again, who struck first? Who struck first? Right? F around and find out and out the narrative. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Violence exists only where it's tolerated. You cannot subsidize irresponsibility and expect people to become more responsible. Allegedly quoting Thomas Sowell. I don't know about that. It's often the person who least deserves respect who demands it the most. Oh, interesting. We know who he's talking about, but that does apply, just not in the direction that he wants it to. There are many blacks that act like being disrespected justifies death. Nope. That is not true. It was a real long time ago, the end of times when I call right away. The killer's parents need to be punished too. I just learned Anthony was suspended from school at the time of the murder. That was found to be false, but 604 people liked it. You see, it's not the myth of black victimhood when we clearly have evidence that we're the victims of wrongdoing. I mean, you can be mad at that all you want. It just is what it is. But let's continue to see what Matt Walsh has to say.
And yet, even with these facts in mind, the trial of Karmelo Anthony has revealed a slew of new details that underscore just how horrific and premeditated this murder was. It's not an.
Was this premeditated? I mean, did it look like, here, we'll skip through it. At any point in time, did it look like Karmelo Anthony came here with the intention to kill? Nope, it didn't. Like, come on, stop it.
Overstatement to say that Anthony's defense has imploded far more quickly than anyone had anticipated. As bad as you thought this case was for Karmelo, it's much worse. The trial has also revealed that everybody in that tent, including Karmelo Anthony's friend, a defense witness in this case, understands that he was culpable. But before we get into the latest developments in the trial, and we'll cover it fairly and comprehensively.
How are you going to cover it fairly when you've already started off on lies? You've already acknowledged your bias and you've already admitted that you don't like. I mean, you can say black people, but let's just say Carmelo. You can't be objective. Sorry, Matt. You've already hung yourself, metaphorically speaking.
We need to establish at the outset that this trial isn't really about Karmelo Anthony in isolation. This trial is also about the $600,000 that was donated to Anthony's defense, mostly by black people, solely because he murdered a white teenager.
Not true. It's because they figured they thought he'll be railroaded, and he needed a lot of money to hire a good defense attorney because they knew that he was not going to get a fair trial. So they threw everything that they had to help the family. Now we can argue about how that money was used in this, that, and the other, but that's what it was about. It had nothing to do with, oh, a black guy killed a white person. I mean, if that were the case, there'd be so much money thrown in the ghetto that it wouldn't be the ghetto anymore, right? So let's talk about that. Right. Again, just saying stuff out of your mouth.
This trial is about the hordes of black activists outside the courtroom cheering for a murderer and endorsing his violent, depraved behavior, again, solely because he murdered a white teenager.
Again, wrong.
It's also about our post-1960s legal system, which prohibits schools from punishing dangerous black students like Karmelo Anthony. And
Karmelo Anthony has no history of violent crime or disciplinary action. You see how they just call him a criminal and then just move on? This is what we're talking about. To all the white folks out there, this is what we're talking about.
Which forces white people to live around them. Today we're
forces white people to live around them. So white flight is what? Right. I mean, it's like, and if you want to talk about how black people move to white neighborhoods, it's like, okay, why don't you give us the same resources that you give yourself? Right. I mean, it's supposed to be done by government, right? I mean, I know property taxes pay for schools, but why is that the rule? It's because rich people want to keep their money and resources in their community and keep it away from everybody else so that there is an education gap. Right, which then justifies other action. And the funny thing about that is that scam was actually white on white. That was not white on black. It was white on white first, and then it translated to white on black once slavery and stuff ended. So I find that really funny.
We're launching part 2 of our documentary on the civil rights movement on the Daily Wire called "The Looting of America," which demonstrates in graphic detail exactly how we ended up in a country like this. We talk about how many white people came to be terrified in their own neighborhoods, at schools, at track meets, everywhere, because of court-ordered busing, public housing policy, and so-called urban renewal efforts.
None of that had to do with the Civil Rights Act, right? And again, had the white majority not kept black people out of stuff, there would have never been a need for any of that. This is a problem that you guys created yourselves, and not only that, the people who even got it pushed through, it has to go to the majority. That has to sit on the hands and shoulders of the white majority, because there's not enough black people to get that pushed through. Like, again, we're only 13% of the population, so there's really no reason to sit here and say that blacks are the ones that shoveled it through, and now white people have to sit here and deal with it. It's like, I hate to tell you this, black people are on 13% of the population. We don't have enough votes to get anything really done, right? The reason why black people are looked at as you need the black vote to win elections, or at least you needed to pass, not as Hispanics, was because white people were so divided down the center that the black vote pushed the numbers over whichever way that they needed to fall. That's why. Now it's the Hispanics that do it, right? Like, you need the Hispanic vote to, teeter something this way or that way, depending on what conversation you're having. So like I know even black people don't want to hear this. White people are the ones who got civil rights legislation passed, not really blacks. Blacks probably introduced it, right? Obviously. But then even then, like, a lot of white politicians introduced aspect of it too. So it's not even like, it was all white versus all blacks. Like, civil rights is a very complicated issue when you want to look at, if you're trying to assign blame to one specific group or entity, you can't do that. But Matt knows all this stuff. He's just a race baiter. As much as they may talk about some other actual race baiters, this is still race baiting.
Talk about the development.
Yeah, I'm done listening to him. All right, I want to go to this other, and I've been at this hour. I'll probably do another video, but there we go. We got the footage. It doesn't really show us anything that we can really use, you know, to say one way or another. And I think this is, I think this is the court footage, right? I think that there is clear video. I think that we can probably see actually what's happening, but I want to, if this is Metcalf, I think this is Metcalf right here. What is he doing? Is he pointing, or does he actually have his hands on somebody? And where's the part where like they pick up the bag and they move it for him? And what happened to all that? He push him, stabbed. And I think that's him right there. Then he falls back. Yeah, he falls down there. Yeah, Karmelo runs. By the way, the knife is like over here somewhere. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So 35 years. I hope he wins the appeal, because this is not enough evidence to convict. I'm sorry. You can't even tell really what's going on here. I mean, we're assuming that this is Austin. We're assuming that something in here is Karmelo. He's wearing like a white, he's wearing a gray hoodie, but it should appear white. And you can't even tell where he's sitting. I mean, I guess you can say this is it, but like, where is his actual body? Look at all these other people around. Like, what are we talking about here? But anyway, all right, I'm done. I'm actually kind of getting tired, and I'm tired of all this racist nonsense. Actually, hold on. We forgot to go to the comments section. Hang on tight. Hang on tight. We forgot to go to the comments section of this video. Or do you? Yep, they kept the comments there. All right. All those kids trying on the tent. Somebody definitely has more footage. Yep, we're going to go ahead and like that. I don't know what happened. I can't see anything. This video is useless. That's kind of true. Now they want to show the footage. Yeah. Well, there was a gag order on the court case. That's why when they gag order stuff, everything is locked down until after the case. So we need to ask the question, why was this gag ordered? Here, let's see if somebody brought that up. They waited until Juneteenth. Maybe. Yeah, the clowns. Yeah, they're clowns. It's murder 100% wrong. Happy Juneteenth. Just another day. See who responds to this. Yeah, they're clowns. It murder 100%, big time. Keep your hands to yourself, and everyone still walks away in the 1900s. Yeah, 1000% self-defense. Okay. Are you complaining? He was just convicted a couple weeks ago, and the video is now being released to the public. It really is that simple. Not the entire video. Why did Karmelo run? That does not matter. Right? I mean, and to all the people that want to sit here and say he could have escaped, it's like, okay, he took out somebody who allegedly was surrounding him and jumping him, then he ran back. So like that answers your question, right? So it's like, oh, if he didn't run, he was a cold-blooded killer. Oh, he ran. Oh, so he's still a cold-blooded killer. See, that's just, you want him to be guilty. That has nothing to do with anything other than you want him to be guilty of something. I mean, it's really not showing anything. They could have already released this. No one can tell who anyone is. Yep, I'm like that. That is true. You can't release evidence during an ongoing investigation. Yep, that's true. It's like that. There's no way anyone can conclude from this video that this is first-degree murder. Thank you, sir or ma'am. What am I supposed to be able to discern from this? Looks like ants inside an anthill. Hold on, let's go here. Let's dig into this a little bit. Karmelo didn't even fall down. He barely pushed him. That's irrelevant. If you follow the testimony, you would know. Okay, here's somebody trying to elaborate on this. If you follow the testimony, you would know that he was sitting the entire time. Also, Hunter's first interview contradicts what the other witnesses said in court. He lied. If there's a new trial, and it is highly likely that there will be, that's going to be a problem for Hunter. The father rant and past record aren't going to help either. Texas courts don't really like people like him. Well, Texas courts don't like Karmelo either, judging by the fact that they gave him 35 years. So there's that. But again, also we need to, again, I still sit on my previous comments of, we need to ask, what was the question given to the jury? If that makes you better about it, then it makes you think, whatever. Like who they not like? Stop it. Skipping down. What am I supposed to be able to do from this? Yeah. Can't make out anything from this. If this is the only video the jury got to see, then how do they find him guilty on the testimony in court? There needs to be a new trial. Yeah, I would definitely motion for a mistrial anyway. Look at all these. Like everybody's posted now. He says, I told him not to put his hands on me, not they jumped me. I'll give you that. But he's a 3.8 GPA. How would he know he from they? Karmelo's not the one that said this. Other people said this. Again, like we're addressing comments in comment sections, not what actual police affidavits and film footage say. So again, this is just more nonsense because he's focused on the kid that actually got poked because unalive. Guys, write in real sentences, please. How you know he said at this point he was a bunch of flies. We don't know what to believe. Yeah, I'll give you that. We don't know what to believe on a lot of this stuff. Thank you for posting this. Yes. If that was him running, he ran while being chased by two people. He ran to a coach or someone on the field and walked back in the direction that he was running from. I'm not sure where they're trying to go with that. To be honest, I cannot see anything because the video is a waste of time. You can't see clearly. There's no day or time stamp for this video. Yeah, I'll give you that. Well, there probably is. They probably just zoomed in past it, to be honest. A murderer wouldn't have stayed when he could have ran. This looks like when you go back to someone into a corner. Yeah, backing into a corner and no winner's tragedy. Yeah, this is a tragic thing where it's like, I'm trying to give 35 years. This is the tragedy on so many things, like the fact that Austin's dead, the fact that he didn't keep his hands to himself, the fact that Karmelo was, I guess you could say, acting in self-defense, depending on how you want to look at it, and then the fact that it's depending on how you want to look at it, so many people are choosing not to look at it the way that they would something else. So this video is about as clear as all the UFO UAP footage that's always been shown. Yeah, pretty much. All right, we'll end it right there. But all right, so we have it. The Karmelo Anthony footage. A number of lies, just a number of different lies. This is crazy. But, again, if this is the footage the jury saw, you can't say that he murdered him. I'm sorry. You cannot. So I think that we got people lying on the stand. That's just my honest opinion. But as I said before, remember when I said in my video, when his brother Hunter was like, Miller was talking reckless, and I said people who talk like that start fights. Here you go. Like I said, people who use the phrase he was talking reckless and basically said, here we go, boop, yeah. I'm not really sure about that, but by the way, I want to make notice. I want to make notice of this. On the first one, Karmelo then strikes back. Anyway, like I said, people use that phrase "talking reckless." It's like, yeah, they start fights, and look who started what. But look, let's right here. Then, bam. Then he disappears for a second. Then look, he goes up and tries to chase him, and then falls down. I'm not sure if he fell on people or what, but anyway. So that's the footage. Yeah. I'll be doing more reaction videos, but I knew I had to do a reaction to this since it came out in live time. So anyway, that is my opinion, and I'm John.